5:15, the initial instance of the murder happened.
You have nice teeth.
5:30, approximately 15 seconds later, Your Honor, the defendant says, you have beautiful eyes.
You have beautiful eyes.
I rest my case. Is he gonna try and prove himself now?
Sounds like you need a Cameroonian in your life.
He went for it. Bro is dribbling nowhere. He's dribbling off court. Abort mission.
Oh yeah, I need your number.
Why?
Because like,
She said, why? At this point, does he getting the number even mean anything? If she's not willfully giving it to you, then it's a no. We're gonna analyze her personality, her behavior, based on this small little conversation to show you guys that you can develop your radar to pick up on stuff that a girl says to know whether she's a red flag or a green flag. So let's watch this.
all right, ciao, ciao. I'm here with Alexia,
Yeah.
who is originally from Italy, but she spent most of her time here in Stockholm. We just met a few minutes ago, and you're like a very interesting person, and so I wanted to get essentially your experience on the dating life here in Sweden, and what are your thoughts about it?
Should I look at you or?
I mean, whatever you want to look at is fine.
What do you want to know?
So, have you had a boyfriend here?
Yes.
Okay. How long was the relationship?
One was 2 years and
Okay.
the other one was 1.5.
Okay, what happened?
My ex and I, it's like.
Okay, so boom, red flag number one. She's had previous relationships. So that, straight off the bat, huge red flag. A woman should be untouched, virgin, never been in a relationship. Matter of fact, she should never have even left her house, preferably, right? So girls who have had relationships and, you know, actually seen men with their eyes, you don't want them because they're always going to compare you to other men. So preferably you want one that has been in a castle, you know, kind of like the Disney princesses. So try to get those ones who have lived in a castle their whole life. They've never ever seen other men or even touched men. So that way she's never going to realize how shitty of a person you are. And so she can't compare and know that there's better out there, and she's always gonna stay. That's number one. Okay, that was a joke, by the way. That was a joke for those of you who did not get that.
Jealousy problems.
Okay.
And the other one, nothing happened. We just grew out of it.
Good part. So now when you date or when you go on dates, are you dating people you meet in person, or is it more so on dating apps?
Not dating apps.
No dating apps.
No, that's,
Right, shout
that's
out to
like
you.
young.
Come on, daddy.
Young. No, that's like for the younger people and people who are like desperate when they're older.
Boom, actual red flag number one. What'd she say? Do you go on dating apps? A normal person would have probably just said, no, I don't go on dating apps. It's not for me. What did she say? She said, no, that's for like the younger people. Not obvious red flag so far. And then she said, for desperate people who are a little bit older. Now, what is she doing? This is what I call a little bit of virtue signaling, right? Again, she could have just said, no, that's not for me. But she chose to paint a picture of them and me, kind of highlighting herself as better than these people who go on these dating apps. So she's basically saying like, I'm above that. I'm not that type of girl who does dating apps. That's for desperate people. So in between the lines, that's what she's saying. So for me, minor red flag number one.
No, it's like more in person. I don't date, so maybe I'm not the right person to ask.
So why don't you date?
Because I want to work on myself before I jump into that.
Okay, boom. Red flag number two. Women who work on themselves instead of constantly pursuing men are No, I'm kidding. I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop trolling. Let's continue.
Yeah.
What do you feel like you're still trying to develop that is going to be very beneficial for you going into a relationship next? Like, what do you feel as if you're missing?
I just want to feel like if I go into a relationship, I want it to be like through my whole life. So I don't think like I'm ready for it. No, I'm still young.
That's very
I think
true.
you should wait.
That's very true. All right, so let's speak on that. So how old are you?
21.
Okay, nice. Do you have like is there like a dream year for you to get married? Is like a dream age you want to get married at?
I've always said that I wanted to wait until like 27, but now I like if I meet someone who is on top of their shit, I can marry like in a year.
Yo, you would get married at 22.
Yeah.
Insane. Do you feel as if like
This one is not a glaring red flag, but for me, I think marriage within 1 year, for me personally, I think is a little bit of a red flag, okay? Because I don't think you can really get to know somebody in 1 year. Now, again, everybody's different. I'm not saying my way is the right way. So don't jump on my ass and be like, yo, hell, shut the fuck up, bro. I married my girl in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Okay? Everybody's different. You have your preferences. So this one I'm going to let slide. I'm just talking about me personally.
Is that weird?
I mean, not necessarily. I think it's one of those things more so like me speaking as a 31-year-old, it's the experience, right? And so it's like, I think sometimes more so about being able to experience a certain amount of life so that you can go into a situation without feeling as if you're missing anything, with no regrets. You can also go into it like knowing what it is you want. I think sometimes it's hard to really know your ideal person if you haven't been exposed to enough people.
I hear what you're saying, and that's why I don't want to date right now. But like if I come with a counter argument.
I like what she did there. I hear what you're saying. I've talked about that. Validate people, because listening is invisible. What did she do with that sentence? She made her listening visible. She could have just went on and yapped about her opinion, but first she led with, I hear what you're saying. That tells the guy, I listened to what you said. I internally processed it. Boom. That's a good conversation trick. She probably did it subconsciously, but it's a good thing to do. Make your listening visible.
The person that I said was on top of their shit, they're a person who can let me see life more than I can see it now, because maybe they have more cash than me. So maybe they will let me experience life more than I can do right now. So that's how I think about it.
No, so absolutely right. I think that's just like one layer of it. Is it financial? It's the emotional. In terms of even you being able to be there as a partner emotionally, I just think this is one of those things where it's like life is like the best teacher. So a lot of things, like not even money can teach you. Some things you learn from heartbreak. Some things you just learn from losses. It's just something where even like a man can take you all around the world, put you on the biggest yachts, the biggest planes, but there's still certain things that if you haven't experienced it on an interpersonal level.
She's like, shut your broke ass up. Shut your broke ass up. Give me them yachts. I want that.
The money won't make up for that.
I don't want to sound like I think that I'm bigger than I am, but I know I'm young, but I feel like I've experienced enough. Like I don't feel like I have to experience more people to know how people...
No, absolutely no. So to your point, absolutely, I don't want to take away from any of your experiences. I'm sure you've lived a very brilliant life. It's just, I can just talk from my lived experience and just also from what I've seen from friends and even like female friends, right? So here's one thing you might not think of. So
tell me, I like hearing
So
perspectives.
The human brain develops like every 4 years. So who you are now, you're going to be a whole different person at 25, a whole different person at 29. And so one thing I've also learned too from, my dating experiences is that sometimes when you meet somebody, the person you meet, they're going to change. So it's like, are you going to be able to also love who that person changes into? And also...
That is true. What he's saying is true. People do change. Who you are at 18 is not who you're going to be at 30. This is why I think people who have this mindset that I'm only going to date if it lasts forever. But it's like, how can you put that criteria when you're so young? You're 18. In an ideal world, you guys grow in the same path and the new people that you become are compatible in an ideal world. But that's usually not reality. People do grow apart. But in my opinion, why miss out on a great time for a couple of years? Obviously, you can go in with a mindset that you want it to last forever, but it's not a loss just because it didn't last forever. You still grew a lot. You still had a lot of memories with that person. Maybe they taught you things. Maybe you learned things about yourself. It's like everything else. You need experience in it to be good.
Are you ready to also love who you're going to change into? So that's why I say it from the aspect of you just don't know who you're going to be yet until another couple of years. And so when that time comes, you realize like, oh, wait, what I wanted at 21 is a little different now, And so that's why I speak from it, not just from you being with so many people, whatever, but just from the ideology of that is you yourself, if you're going to be different in a couple of years.
So when do you think is the ideal time to settle down?
Honestly, I think you have the...
Okay, she took some initiative. She asked him a question. When do you think is the ideal time to settle down? That's good.
Perfect number, like 27.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, not going too much into like my dating life, but...
You have nice teeth.
Thank you, you have great teeth.
Oh, wow. First she asked the question. Now she's giving him a compliment, out of the blue. She definitely has some social skills.
As well, thank you. Appreciate that.
Look at him. He's all teeth now. Completely flustered. He's head over heels. I'll give you that yacht. Just fucking be with me.
Let me stay focused.
But now he's lingering too much on the compliment. You never want to linger too long on a compliment because it gets awkward eventually. I like to give a compliment and then move on. Let it settle for like a second and then move on. Because if you stay too long on the compliment, it gets really awkward.
I mean, I think 27 is like an amazing age to get married.
Bro, look at his eyes. He's completely enamored. He's like blown away. Look how he's looking at her.
Your beautiful eyes.
Oh. There comes the compliment. Bro did not even wait 30 seconds before he returned the compliment. She was like, you have nice teeth. He did some yapping, looked straight in her eyes. You have beautiful eyes. Let's make some light-skinned babies. He wants the butt. He wants the butt. But in terms of repaying the compliment, I don't know how I feel about it. It can be genuine. She does have pretty eyes. But in terms of like how soon it happened between her compliment and his compliment, it can come off as a bit, you know, tit for tat. You gave me a compliment. I'm going to give you a compliment. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, stop with the flirting. Do your job.
Stop with the flirting. Do your job. Okay, she's definitely holding the frame right now. So far, she's more of the dominant one.
I would say 27 is like the perfect age.
So why are you not?
I used to be engaged.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can we talk about you?
Absolutely.
Or
I'm more than happy
what's
to.
happened?
So I met a woman.
Again, putting the attention on him. Now he feels special because he gets to talk about himself while a pretty girl is listening. She's actually very good at this.
In Paris. Fell in love. Had like this European love story. We're going to like Italy, Amsterdam, you know, all that stuff. And over time, I just realized that she would be a woman that I would always have to pick up for her mistakes. She was someone that like, yeah, this is the best like, explanation for it. It's like someone that would just have to always correct her shortfalls. And I realized that it was going to essentially hold me back in life. And then with me, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm taking care of my family. I'm like, I live in LA, my family's in South Carolina. I just had so many things.
He's talking about himself a bit too much for my liking. I would have kept this a little bit shorter. She did ask, but I, at this point, would have returned the question back to her because like for the last 3-4 minutes, he's been doing 80% of the talking, probably even more, 90%. Think about that. She asked him a question, which is awesome, really good, but don't occupy all the space. She's probably getting somewhat bored at this point, just listening to him talk. Yeah, once upon a time, ass story. That's the perfect way to put it. Once upon a time, ass story, bro. Keep it short, keep it sweet. Don't like, here's everything. Here, I'm putting everything on the table. No, bro, hold it back a little bit.
Things on the line. I just realized that I would have to give up all of that just to keep her happy and to be with her.
Get it. Better.
See, right there, awkward pause. He's waiting for her to ask another question or to lead the frame. At that point, when you've done 4 minutes of the yapping, the bare minimum you can do is, what about you? What about you? Chat, that's so easy. What about you? It's the easiest question you can ask and it always works. What about you? Boom. Your turn. Snipe that bitch. 360 no scope. What about you? I always do this in conversations. I answer their question. What about you? Now you answer it. And then maybe I'll lead with a new question. But this awkward silence that just happened here was because he finished talking and then he was waiting for her to pick it up. And now she's thinking.
Finding the right person.
Exactly. Remember, I was taking my time. And so I think it's another thing too is like, that's where I learned that lesson of.
Wow, still no question. I'm still waiting for the question. Let her talk. Why are you continuing?
You have to know how to love who that person's going to become. Because even for us, we're together for a short time, but even in that short time span, like the girl that I broke up with was just very different than the girl I met. And I'm not saying that was a bad thing per se, but it was just something for me.
Yeah, she's bored. She's bored, at least somewhat. She's holding eye contact. She's paying attention. Credit to her, honestly. But yeah, no, don't do this.
That if I'm with someone, I love them, I can't change who you are. And I have to embrace who you're going to become. But once again, it kind of goes back to this, the ideology. I just knew that who she was becoming wasn't going to be a good fit for the legacy I wanted to build in my life.
I get it.
All right, so what's your ideal first date?
Notice the cut, chat. 100% something awkward happened. Maybe awkward pause. He cut it. And then very next thing is a question from him. He finally realized, yo, bro, I've been yapping for the past 5-10 minutes. Let me ask her a question.
I've had this question a lot and I never had a good answer. Actually, like before I've always said like I want the flashy things, but now I don't get impressed by that. I like good vibes. And here in Stockholm, you like just if you're in the right place, the vibes are there. Like it's a nice city. You have a nice what's it called? Not beaches. Like this water everywhere.
Lakes and all that.
Yeah, and if you just have a good conversation, I think that will do it.
Okay. I would say that's a green flag answer from her. She's saying she doesn't really care for the flashy things, appreciates a good conversation, a good view. And yeah, that's nothing wrong with that.
So I'm not into like, pick me up in a Lamborghini and take me to a rooftop or something. So I think, but it's different for everyone. Like I don't know the typical Stockholm perfect first date.
So guys like Alexia, let's just go walk and talk.
No, not walk and talk, because that
All
would
right,
be a
now,
red flag.
be specific.
Yeah, like it also depends. Like you get off a vibe from a person. Like the let's go on a walk. It gives me like the red flag ick. Because then it seems like they're not ready to invest.
Minor red flag going off. I'm gonna let her finish talking. There's a slight red flag going off, depending on what she means. Let's hear her out.
And I don't like that. But you know, it doesn't have to be so planned. Like a first date for me can be like spontaneous, and that makes it better, I think.
Okay,
Does that make sense?
That makes sense. You're a spontaneous girl.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so she said initially that she just wants a, nice conversation, blah, 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 blah. And then she says, the guy isn't putting in effort. It's a red flag, which doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing to say, honestly, because you should definitely put in some effort. But I still don't know her definition of what effort means in her opinion. What this guy should have done is realize that, locked in on that. Okay, so what does effort look like, right? That would have been my follow-up question. What does effort on a first date look like for you?
Your best date.
I don't know. Like I will have to think about that for half an hour.
That's not that good.
Yeah, I've had good dates. I didn't mean it like that. I just can't think of one specific. Like it's about the person.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can have a extravagant date with someone who's not right, and then the vibes will be off, compared to a person who just like take a coffee with, and yeah, you know what I mean.
So what traits do you like in a man?
Traits? Like characteristics?
Everything. I mean, let's do. We live in a very superficial world, so give me both like external, internal.
I like a man who has been through stuff in their life. I don't like a man who's like had everything served on a plate for them. Because I want to like have deep conversations about stuff. And I like a man who's traditional.
Dun, dun, dun. That's the word right there, chat. Traditional, 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 traditional. All right, let's see what she has to say.
Sweden, it's not like we have so many immigrants, so maybe the culture is a little different now, but typical Swedish men, they want to do like 50-50 and stuff.
Dang, for real?
Yeah, didn't you know that?
Damn, for real? Shit, they want to do 50-50? Could never be me. I pay all my girls' bills. Come on now, 50-50? What even is that? Shit, if you was my girl and we was cracking, you wouldn't have to lift a finger, baby girl. Wallet, that's me. I'm paying for everything. Purse, nails, hair, dinner, cars.
I'm learning everything new every day. Dang, Swedish man, what's going on?
Yeah.
Damn, Swedish man, what's going on? You guys are doing this is kind of performative in my opinion. I don't want to shit on bro too much. Obviously, I'm over-exaggerating a little bit for comedic effect and entertainment. But come on, bro. Why are you turning full simp mode? Damn, Swedish man, 50-50? Like it's the most crazy statement he's ever heard.
I don't like
On
that.
dates?
On
just like,
everything.
damn,
Like in
man.
life, they want to split the bill, they want to split the like the household and everything. I don't like that. And I like someone who like adores the ground I walk on.
And boom, there we go, chat. First huge major red flag in my opinion. If a girl says this to me on a first date, I'm putting her in the category of no. It's an instant red flag. Again, for me, I'm just gonna lay this out for you guys how I see this. You are a human. I am a human. You are an individual. I am an individual. We are equals. There is no reason for me to worship you, to adore you, the ground you walk on, she said. She wants me to adore the ground she walk. Do I look like a fucking peasant? Do I look like a dog? I will treat you good. I will treat you the best that I possibly can. I will be romantic. I will be nice. I will get you things. But adore the ground that you walk on. Like, what I infer from that means you're here and I am here. There's a dynamic imbalance here. If I'm adoring the ground you're walking on, who's adoring the ground I'm walking on? Are you doing that too? Or is that just a role for me to fulfill? Are you also adoring the ground I walk on? Cause like, fuck that, bro. Straight up, fuck that. If a girl is telling you to your face, I want a man that adores the ground, just fucking leave, bro. Walk away, save yourself the headache. Because that just tells me you don't see us as equals. You want a guy that will put up with all your bullshit. And then when he puts his foot down and tries to get some boundaries, she's gonna turn around and say, fucking worship me. Worship me, you simp. I'm a goddess. You should worship the ground I walk on. I can do no wrong. That's at least the vibes I get when somebody talks like that. No ground should be worshipped. This is not ancient Egypt. You're not fucking Cleopatra, all right? No ground is being worshipped.
I'm that type of girl. I'm not for everyone, but everyone's not for me, so it's okay.
It's understandable, yeah. It's very understandable. What are your biggest like dislikes?
Why are we worshiping ground? That's what I'm saying. Why are we worshiping ground? No ground should be worshipped. If you're a self-respectable young man, respect yourself. Stop worshiping ground. There's dirt. There's bacteria on the ground. Don't do that.
Dislikes, like icks. I don't like men who brag.
Again, if I was this guy, instead of trying to pivot so hard to a completely new topic, I would try to delve a little bit deeper. This is how you actually get to the meat of the conversations and get to know a person. He's just scratching the surface of everything. He's getting a little bit of everything, but not really getting anywhere. Let's get to the center, man. Lick the lollipop, get to the fucking center. We want the sweetest part. I would have probed a little bit on that. What do you mean, worship the ground you're walking? How does that look like? What does that mean for you? That would have been a question I would have asked to kind of see where her mind is at. Because maybe I'm misinterpreting it. Maybe she says, worship the ground I walk on, and she's just talking about the bare minimum, like give me roses, respect me, appreciate me, stuff like that, which is completely valid. But right now, we don't have any of that. She's just saying worship the ground. To me, it sounds like become a dog. No, I'm not doing that.
Like I want you to have a life that you can brag about, but I don't want you to put it in my face, because then it's like you have like you're desperate for that, my validation. I don't like that, and I don't like people in general. But if we're talking about men, I don't.
Second subtle red flag, very easy to miss. I don't like people in general. Why? Why don't you like people in general? If you're not getting along with people on a day-to-day basis, then people are not the problem. You're the problem. Every fucking individual you run into, you're having some sort of drama with, some sort of problem with, like your agreeableness is all the way down here, then you're probably a shitty person, right? Signals ego. Yeah, exactly. It signals ego, right? It's just basic decency and respect.
I don't like men who are easily, in Sweden we say kränkt.
Okay.
Kränkt is like offended. People are easily offended.
He is cheesing so hard like that. Okay for the whole date, or you think it's too much? No, he's definitely cheesing a little bit too much. He's all teeth, all smiles, even while she's talking. I would definitely chill on the smiling, because it can definitely start signaling, validate me, a little bit desperate. Chill on the smiling. Reserve that for moments that actually deserve smiles and laughter. But maybe he's just enamored by her beauty. I get it. I get it, man. You're in the vicinity of a beautiful girl, and you're just looking at her, you're like, yeah, but you know.
My type of joking is very like.
What you be saying, man? Give me a joke example.
No, but I mean like there are guys who like cry when I tell them that their shoes are ugly. Also,
That's hilarious.
are you the girl or am I the girl?
That's hilarious.
Also, subtle red flag. Are you the girl or am I the red girl? This means she is projecting societal gender roles, right? This is one thing that a lot of girls like to do, right? They'll try to shame you into behaving the way that they want, right? So you do something, they dislike it. What do they instinctively do? Are you a girl? Are you gay? Do you want me to do your nails? What's that? That's shaming. So they try to enforce these gender roles, ideals on you. This is what a man should be. This is what a man should do. This is a woman. This is a guy. And if you go against that, then they will pull some shit like this. And if you don't notice it, you might get fooled. You might be like, oh, she's right. And then you're caught in her trap. But if you're smart and you listen to Allison's, you easily identify this shit and you just brush it off. You're like, huh, okay.
I mean, you are Italian, so style is a big part of your culture. So
I'm also Serbian, so that's even worse.
What part of Serbia? From Belgrade?
I don't know. I'm born here.
So your mom's.
Another red flag. This is not specifically for her. Another red flag is girls who base their personality traits on their ethnicity or things completely outside of their control. again, like ethnicity or nationality, that's a major red flag for me. Because what do you mean you're getting your characteristics, your personality traits from something you can't even control? Like, oh, I'm Italian, so I'm this. Oh, I'm a Latina, so I'm short and I'm feisty and I'm toxic. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm Latina, so I'm toxic. Oh my, just fucking get out of here, bro. Get out of here with that shit.
Italian dad, Serbian?
Yeah,
It's a good mix.
I know. I live on that one.
All right. I'm a little more interested now.
Is this like you're like filming our first date, or?
I mean, at this point, I might as well say it is, you know, like first of many, you know.
Weak attempt at flirting, bro. First of many. Side eye. She's not gonna respond to that. She's just gonna let that slide. 99%. I'm 99%. She's not gonna validate that slight attempt at flirting because it just came off very thirsty. She's just like, "Is this our first date?" Asking a question. He's like, yeah. First of many. Come on, bro. Nah, that came off as thirsty. Let's see what she says.
Next time I take to a different rooftop.
But also, look at his eyes. Where are they looking? She's looking away, looking at the environment. Look at his eyes. Where is he looking, chat? Intently at her eyes, because he's trying to gather information, gather intel, is what I'm saying landing. How is she reacting to this? He basically wants confirmation, validation that what he's saying is landing. So look how hard he's trying to get eye contact here.
Oh my god.
I'll take you all the rooftops, the best rooftops there.
I'll take you out on rooftops, the best rooftops. He becomes Donald Trump. The best. I'll take you out. The best rooftops. You know, everybody tells me, wow, you have the best rooftop. Okay, so like he's obviously trying to signal and prove himself here. She's giving no eye contact at this point. Let's see what she says.
Nice.
Nice. Ah, we cooked, yeah, we cooked. Nice. You do not want a nice. Nice does not mean nice. Not in this case, not in this scenario. Nice is just the basic template prompt response, okay? That's like I'm trying to diffuse the awkwardness. Nice. Look at his facial expression. Look at his... Jesus, chat. It's not looking good so far.
Or maybe I come to LA.
You should come. You like it?
Yeah, I think so too.
And see other parts too. There's New York, there's Miami. You don't gotta stay in one area.
What?
We don't have to stay in one area.
No?
You can bounce
I
around.
like that.
All right, so would you say you have a type?
Yeah, I have a type, but it's not like I have to stay in my type box, if you know what I mean. Like my typical type is like, I don't like blonde guys, I don't like Asian guys, but if I see a blonde guy that's beautiful, I will still be interested, if you know what I mean. Yeah.
So what's your type then? You don't like blonde and Asians?
I like North African, like the darker features, curly hair.
Look at him cheesing. She gives him a crumb, starts describing somewhat his features, right? Bro instantly lights up. Tell me more. Tell me more. You think he has a chance or is he cooked? Hey man, you never know. You never know with women. But so far, based on my own personal judgment, I would not say she's particularly interested at this point. He's overinvested. He's the one doing the chasing and she has the power.
Both, yeah, that's my type. I like tall men, athletic, the typical, yeah, you know.
Is he gonna try and prove himself now? Is the real question. Is he gonna be like, yeah, I have those qualities? We don't know. But if he does, please don't.
Sounds like you need a Cameroonian in your life.
He went for it. He actually did. Sounds like you need a Cameroonian in your life. I'm assuming he's Cameroonian. He went for it, bro. Okay, so what happened? She put up a profile of the type of guy that she's into. Instantly, he tries to qualify, right? He's trying to qualify himself. This can come off as very thirsty, very desperate. Let's see how she responds.
What?
Sounds like you need a Cameroonian in your life.
Cameroonian?
Yeah.
Is that you?
Cameroonian, is that you? Steph Curry type of shot? Steph Curry if he had Alzheimer's and he was blind. Maybe.
I never met someone from
Okay, so one-on-one experience.
He's still going for it. He's still pushing it.
One experience.
Look, she's stumped. She doesn't know what to say. She's not even doing the nice anymore. She's not doing the niceties. She's not even saying anything. She's just, because he keeps pushing it and she doesn't know what to say. And this is how you create awkward tension.
I'm getting a little like...
See, she even said it herself.
It's a good thing then. The chemistry's there.
It's a good thing the chemistry is there. No, the chemistry is not there. The chemistry is somewhere else. It jumped off the rooftop. The chemistry is in Walter White's classroom. He's completely misreading this. I know I'm coming off harsh, but this is not chemistry. You're absolutely overinvested. You tried to qualify yourself. She did not validate any of the attempts. At that point, you should already be pulling back, trying to have a conversation. I think ever since she gave him the compliment, he's been trying extra hard. Yeah, I think this is outcome-based operation, trying to make her like him instead of just being, right? Instead of just existing in the conversation without this need of her liking him. Right now, her validation means something to him. And you're already cooked at that point, man. You should not need it. You should want it, but you should not need it. Because then you end up trying all this desperate shit. Maybe. Shoot me. I would just jump off the rooftop, parachute style. Fucking Verdansk, man.
So, what do you think Swedish men need to do to improve, like, the dating culture there? What can they do better?
You mean Swedish men? Because, like I said, we have a lot of immigrants. Okay. So it depends, like, what group you're talking.
What if his plan is to get you to react so he gets more views? Is he a fucking X-Man? Does he have cerebro? He sees 49 days into the future? Like, fucking, is he Xavier?
Okay, about.
I mean, honestly, I'm talking about the very traditional, like, Swedish men, like guys from here.
Swedish men need to be more. This is my opinion. Like when you came up to me, you know, I told you that this is so random. Like Swedish men would never do this. Like just walk up to a stranger and. So I think people here need to be more like social. The aura here is very like stale. In English, it's called awkward. So that's like the biggest thing. I think people need to be more open-minded and less. People need to be more physical. Like in Italy, we kiss on the cheeks. Here, that's like, hello. I don't like that. So that's my opinion. More love.
Oh, I'll show you some love, baby girl. I'll show you some real love.
I love Italians, bro. I love Italians.
I love Italians, man. I love Italians. Again, more qualifying, more validation seeking. Don't do this, Chad. Don't do this. Don't try to prove yourself. You do not need her validation. Soon as you do, it's game over. And she can definitely feel this. Girls are very susceptible to this. They can easily pick this up. She knows. She knows. She knows. She knows. And I know she knows. And I know she knows. She knows, Chad. She knows.
All right, if you had to, okay, so I'm kind of put you on the villain side now. If you had to say, what do you think women can do better in the dating culture?
Women?
Yeah.
Ooh. So this sounds like a pick-me answer, but I think that, like, if you don't want a relationship, you can.
The damn teeth compliment put him at 1 HP. Yeah, you can definitely see it like that. The teeth compliment was a critical hit. Super debuff. Not even 30 seconds passed by, and he was giving her a compliment, trying to validate. She just crumbled in that compliment, and he completely let off the rails. It was like, take everything.
Do whatever you want, but if you can't expect someone to think that, to treat you like a princess if you act like a
pirate.
Yeah, because here in Sweden, girls, they party a lot, and there's nothing wrong with that.
But this is so common. Like, this guy, he's not doing anything unusual. He actually seems like he can hold a conversation. He just needs to chill on the validation part and the qualifying himself part and not give that away too fast. But again, what I was going to say with that is she's an attractive woman, and a lot of guys in the presence of very attractive women. And now I know there's going to be some dude that's like, she's not very attractive. She's average. Whatever, bro. Everybody has different types. She's an attractive young lady. And some guys, when they are around women like that, they just crumble, man. And I think us men, especially, we're such visual creatures. He's just completely enamored by her physical looks and beauty. And I think he puts her kind of on a pedestal that's undeserved. Base her merits on what she's saying, how she's acting, her personality. Try not to be so blown away by her looks, because that's what happens here.
At all, but I think that if you want something serious, you need to be serious yourself. So maybe that, to act like you want to be perceived, maybe. I don't think. I don't know. There's nothing wrong with being like a free spirit, but if you want to date, maybe you need to focus more on being that type of girl.
Okay, what do you think is the best approach for a guy when he's trying to talk to a girl, right? So for the Swedish guys out there, what would you tell them? How should they approach women?
No pickup lines, and don't like be respectful, because here guys can like come up to you and trying to grind themselves on your ass, and that's weird. But that's also like the immigrants. The Swedish guys, they like keep 2 meter distance when they're like hello, and I don't like that either. So like be social, be yourself, but still be respectful. It's a fine line. Yeah.
So if it wasn't an interview and I was just approaching, I was like, hey, excuse me, you're absolutely beautiful. What's your name?
You're asking.
I'm saying, so let's say like when I approached you
Forget
initially.
my name?
No, I'm Alexia, I know your name. I'm saying if initially when I approached you, let's say I was cold approaching you earlier, okay? Let's say it wasn't for the interview. So if I came up to you and I said, hey, excuse me, you're absolutely beautiful. What's your name?
If that's good or bad?
Is that good or bad? Yeah.
Yeah, that's standard, good. Nothing wrong with that.
I told y'all, bruh. Cash me out right now. Pay me up.
But you can tell from like 2 months that you're not from here. So you stand out in that way, like the way you approach me. Yeah.
Well, there you have it. I really appreciate Alexia for coming here, sharing her thoughts. Any final words you'd like to give?
No.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
That was amazing.
I have no idea if I gave you the type
That was
of
perfect.
answers
That
you
was like
wanted.
amazing. That was it's gonna be a great. You don't have social media?
No.
No, you have no social media?
No.
Oh yeah, I need your number.
Oh, he's going for the number. If she doesn't have social media, might be true, might be false. We don't know. But she said no to the social media, and now he's going for the number. Let's see how that goes.
Why?
Because like you're one of one. You're a diamond.
She said why. You ask for a number, she says why. At that point, me personally, everybody's different. I'm letting it go. Hey, can I get your number? Why? You know what? Never mind. It was nice talking to you. Not even like in a fuck you or like I'm mad. No, like I don't want to force you to do anything you don't want to do. If you don't want my number, that is completely fine. I'm not going to be here glazing you like you're 1-1. I really need it. No, I'm going to respect your initial answer. You said why? That's completely fine. I don't have a reason, honestly. I just wanted it. It's cool. You don't need to give me it.
In a rough. You have no social media. You know, you're focused on school.
And now he's trying to prove himself and qualifying her. You're special. You're one of one. You have all the qualities that I want, and this is why I need your number. At this point, like, does he getting the number even mean anything? If she's not willfully giving it to you, then it's a no. If she's not giving it to you on the first attempt, it's a no, chat. And you just need to let it go, bro.
Entrepreneurship, like.
But I told you, like, I don't know your intentions, but I don't date. Like I told you.
Again, could be true, could be a lie. This is definitely her trying to let him down as smooth as possible without hurting his feelings. And as a guy, when you're pushing, man, just don't. It's not an L as long as you don't push. There's nothing wrong with asking. Pushing wrong, asking not wrong.
I want to get married eventually. You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah,
right?
but you're like, I was a little extra flirty on the camera because I didn't want to turn off the vibe, but you're like 10 years older than me.
Ooh, I was extra flirty on the camera. You're 10 years older than me. See, this is what happens when you push. Now you got your feelings hurt. See what you did? And now you're going to be in bed thinking about this in the shower, right? Tears dripping down your face. When you could have just said, all right, that's cool, and left the conversation with your respect intact and your dignity intact. Instead, you got hit with it. You're 10 years older, your unk. Get the fuck out of my face.
It's bad for you.
I personally, I don't find it's like that big of a deal, but
Boom. Straight up cheesing too.
don't you find it weird? Like we're in whole different times in our life.
For sure. So like in my mentality is like you should have like a lot of like life to live. Like I would never, even talking to you, I would obviously like give you a couple years to kind of just like figure things out, get school out the way, you know.
Huh? What's happening right now? Is he saying, I'll just talk to you for a couple of years until you're fully grown and then we can start our What's happening? What kind of shot is this, chat? Bro is dribbling nowhere. He's dribbling off court. Abort mission. You're not on the basketball court anymore. You're in the stands. You're in the parking lot dribbling with nobody.
You just came up to me because you wanted
No,
my
I
number.
promise. I genuinely actually want to speak to you, like, about like this, you know. But like on the back end, I would be lying to say that like I wouldn't want to also like get to know you seriously. But yeah, I mean, like in my mind, it's like the 21, like you need at least like 4 years to just like figure out what it is you want. Because even when you think you want, like I know it's going to change in a couple of years. So even with me too, it's like I know that based on like even like my lifestyle, trying to get things situated, it's like long distance, like it will take some time. So like I know I wouldn't be ready next year to like get on one knee, but in a couple of years, yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, you can get my number, but don't
Okay, you can get my number. Just fucking leave me alone already, is what she's thinking.
expect anything from it.
I have no expectations.
Okay, good.
C'est la vie.
Does that number even mean anything at that point? If you had to beg, does it mean anything, chat? All right, chat. I think there was a lot to learn from this. What are the main key takeaways from this conversation that we can learn from so you guys can avoid doing the same mistakes? Number one, do not try and qualify yourself. That was the number one mistake here. The number one attraction killer, right? He might have had a chance, but him trying so hard to qualify himself, both physically and through his words, definitely made her less attractive. Less attracted to him. Do not miss the obvious signs of red flags. This is for the guys. Notice her red flags. Don't be enamored. Don't be blown away by her beauty, right? Listen to what she's saying. Do you even want her? Or do you just think she's hot? I swear to God, if guys just asked themselves this question, they would save themselves a lot of time and heartbreak and investment. So listen to her words. She said a lot of things that should have honestly classified her as like maybe not worthy to pursue. But he was just so blown away by her beauty that he ended up ignoring all of those. I can guarantee you, if he sat with a different girl and she said the exact same things, but the other girl was less attractive, he would have not went for it. That fake ass answer he gave, you're one of one, you study, you do all... Hell no. What he was saying was, you're fucking hot. I want to put my shaboing boing in your da-doing doing, right? And when I look at your face, my brain just lights up because you're beautiful. I'm just going to leave it at that, bro. Don't be so blown away by beauty, simply by beauty. Listen to what she's saying. Assess her. Look at the red flags. What's coming out of her mouth? We have limited time and resources. And if you are a guy who's dating, you're going to have to make these assessments. You're going to have to fix your radar so it picks up on these red flags, because you don't have 2-3 months to waste on a woman. Life's short. So for me, this would have been enough. I would have probably not taken her seriously. If it's me, is she beautiful? Would I do a hookup with her? Absolutely. But then again, she doesn't seem like the hookup type. So I'm not getting what I want, and she's not getting what she wants because she doesn't do hookups. And why should she? She's a attractive female in her early 20s. She can get hookups anywhere. So at that point, we're just parting our ways. Thank you for the content. Thank you for the conversation. This was amazing. And you have an absolutely lovely day. No judgment towards her, no hate, no nothing. I feel like girls like you more when you're more nonchalant and casual, but still engaging. Yeah, but like nonchalant in a genuine way, right? Not in a emotionally detached way. Like, look at me. I think I'm in Vampire Diaries. I think I'm in Twilight. I'm gonna sit here and be super nonchalant and not engage and not raise my tone and give energy because that's gonna come off as me being a simp. No, you want energy. You want to be goofy. You want to be yourself. You want to make jokes. All of that good shit. Nonchalant does not mean you sitting there like this with your shades on and giving her zero engagement. That sucks. That's boring. She's going to probably like you less than this conversation. You want high energy. You want good energy. But you want to look out for reciprocation. How much is she giving you? Bro blew his entire load soon after she gave him the teeth compliment, right? Way too quick instead of playing it smooth. Just continue the conversation. Be high energy, be engaging, be fun. Don't latch on to that little crumb of validation compliment that she gave you. Not trying to be brash, but I think she is the classic fame chaser girl that probably saw him with the camera and thought he had emotion. Honestly, I think that's too deep of an assumption to make. Is it possible? Sure, but then again, we have no idea. Me personally, I would not like to make an assumption like that because it assumes too much about them. I don't think it's based. I think what turned her off was his qualifying, right? Not necessarily the fame thing. Let's try and find the moment she gives the compliment, because that's the turning point. All right, let's replay this in slow motion.
It's so much into like my dating life,
You have
but
nice teeth.
You have nice teeth.
You have nice teeth.
Thank you. You have great teeth as well. Thank you.
This is where all crumble, chat.
You have beautiful eyes.
Damn, it wasn't even 30 seconds. How many seconds was this? All right, so 5:15. The initial instance of the murder happened. 5:30, approximately 15 seconds later, Your Honor, the defendant says, "You have beautiful eyes. I rest my case." Rest in peace. The cheesing and him laughing and being caught off guard is actually kind of cute. Don't 15 seconds later be like, "Oh, you have beautiful eyes." You know what that tells her between the lines? Okay, now I'm chasing your validation. I want more. I want more of the crumbs that you just gave me. Please give me the whole goddamn cake. All right, I'm gonna give this guy his flowers and then we're gonna end it at that because I want to leave it on a good note because I'm just a good guy like that. One, he actually seems like a very sociable guy. The way he speaks, no problem. He speaks with confidence, body language great, smile great, looks great. 30 years old, looks like that, amazing. Most of his takes are mature. The trap that he fell for was simply the beauty trap, right? She played Blue Eyes White Dragon and completely annihilated his HP bar. So that trap, any guy can fall into. Doesn't matter if you're 20, 30, 40, 50, right? But other than that, I think if he chilled, didn't take that bait, played it a little bit more smooth, conversation, great.